and we're back for some more unique math videos.
So today we are talking about what does an opening look like during a math lesson. So we are in ULS, we are in unit 26. We're going to be talking about lesson 16B and just the opening part of that. So how are we really teaching and reviewing the skills that our students need to be able to be productive during work time?
Awesome.
So we are going to, I went on Symbol Sticks and I made a little task analysis for this that can also be helpful for our students to know what to expect. So we're going to start with a math song. We're going to review our symbols, our plus, our minus, and our equals. We're going to be reading a book, Counting Fruit from the News to You library, and then we're going to preview what work time is going to look like.
And for this lesson, we will be using some magnetic numbers from the math kit. We will be using Unifix cubes from the math kit. And of course, we have our tray in order to have everything in one place. And this cute little basket, you'll see what we're going to use that for too.
We love a good basket. And this isn't part of the math kit, but we have these magnetic tiles and it's a really easy tool to use. It's just a cookie tray. You can go to the Dollar Tree, something like that, and get it for $1. And it's really easy to help make sure that our numbers that are magnetic can just stay in place.
But it is $1.25 now.
Oh, is it?
At the Dollar Tree.
Oh, that seems a little misleading.
No, it is. Sure.
Sneaky.
Yeah.
All right, so if we go back to our expectations for opening, we're going to start with the math song. So I have YouTube pulled up, I have our number song, and we are going to just open our brains up into math by thinking about the number 5. That during that whole time, Alice and I were actively engaging with that song. We were making it all part of a really great hook to pull those students into what we're going to be talking about, which is the number 5. We busted out those manipulatives. We were a little silly.
We danced, and if we had students in here with us, they would have been dancing for sure.
I mean, who can resist dancing with Allison? I mean,
exactly.
All right, so we have reviewed our math song. You are thoroughly hooked. So we're going to very quickly review. We want to go back to what we've already learned. We're going to review our math symbols. So we have our addition symbol, and this is really teacher discretion, right? So if I'm doing this, I might just put up some choices. Which one's the,
whoa,
can't make this stuff up, right guys? Which one's the addition?
Addition.
Perfect. Well then what's this one? If this is addition, this might be subtraction. Subtraction, I'm giving some prompts, I'm giving some choices, and then we add, we subtract, and when we find our answer, we know we have an equals. So really whatever works best for your students. And then, so we've thoroughly reviewed what the lesson plan told us we need to review, which is those number symbols. So now we're gonna go into our Counting Fruit book. So it's not just a book, right? News to You has these great math books in the library. So as we go through, we're reading it, we're gonna count the fruit. Oh, here's that great vocabulary word, count. So we know that that's what we're gonna be doing. So we have, read it with me, 1 apple. And we thought that what a great tool for us to be able to use, the Unifix cubes. Allison, which one is 1 cube?
1 cube.
So again, I'm making some choices. I'm using some hands-on manipulatives. Good, we're gonna put 1 cube in our basket
And
to
we
represent 1 apple.
We chose the red Unifix cubes because the apple is red.
It is red. So then we go on to the next page, and notice I'm here, but I also have it printed. So I might have some students who maybe they need it a little bit closer. So on that next page, I'm gonna come directly to them. I'm gonna get my manipulative. I love how you have it ready for me. And I'm gonna come closer and I'm gonna say, read it with me, 2 pairs. Let's count, 1, 2. And so then I have it on hand, ready to go, printed in addition to on the board, because sometimes we know our students need those proximal supports where it has to be a little bit more tactile in front of them to be able to manipulate. And then again, maybe I just pull off 2 pairs. I'm going to give that student that choice to, we've got our 2, we're going to put it in the basket.
You can also do some prepositions in the basket.
In the basket, love it. There's symbols for that in symbol 6 as well. So then we're going to continue to read. So we have our 3 plums. And again, maybe I need to take it over to the other student and we're going to read 3 plums. Count 1, 2, 3. And then have that choice of 3 plums and there's 5. So we have our 3. Oh, I've been doing it a lot on this side. Let me mix it up. 3 plums. Put it in the basket. And then we go on to the next page. 4 peaches.
We've got orange for peaches.
We've got our orange for peaches. So then we've got our 4. Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4. Again, reiterating that counting, it kind of goes back to that review, right? We probably, if we're working on adding skills, know how to count or are pretty strong in counting, but it's still worth having that review. So I've got my 4 peaches and our last page, 5 bananas. We've got, count them out, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5, put it in the basket. And so, again, the book comes with one of the communication boards, and maybe you have your paraprofessional who's going around to the rest of the class, and if it's not their turn to count, then they have an opportunity to either find those numbers on the communication board, talk about what fruit we're talking about, so that communication board is a really great tool to be able to use as well.
Absolutely. And you can even print out a communication board for each student. If that's the level that your students are accessing, there's a lot of things you can do with the communication board.
And so then, if we continue on reading our book, oh, how much fruit is in our basket? So, we have to add, there's that where we pull back out our add. Add means that we're gonna use our plus sign together to find them out. And so, here's where that tray is pivotal, right? So we can pull them out onto the tray and we can count them as we are pulling them out, putting them onto the tray. So we've got our 1, our 2, our 3, and our 4, and we need to add them all together. Well, Allison helped us figure out and realize that, sneaky enough, there are 4 addition signs in the foam kit, right? So we can do it lots of different ways, right? We could have them need to match the number to the quantity, right? So maybe they're doing it that way, they're going back and adding it. Maybe they're just counting it out, 1, 2, 3, 4. But we've got to add all these numbers, so we need to put the signs in there as well. So we're going to add plus and plus and plus. And I could see some of my friends really enjoying saying that and plus.
And plus.
Or maybe I have like a switch, right? And plus is programmed onto the switch so that every student has an opportunity to practice that vocabulary word plus. And so then we've got to have our equals. Oh man, we're squeezing it in here.
Let me scooch it. There we go. Equals.
And in case this is a lot of things, we know our Unifix cubes are so helpful that we can snap them together, right? So if adding 1 plus 4, or excuse me, 5 plus 4 plus 3 plus 2 plus 1 is too much, let's just consolidate them. And then we can add them all together and know that we've got a 10 and 5, 10 and 5, which is 15. And hey, guess what? It tells us that in our book too. 15 pieces of fruit in our basket. 1 and a 5 makes 15. My favorite part, the end. Right, so we are working explicitly on that skill of adding through reading that book. And maybe that's what you do in your lesson on Monday and Tuesday. And then on Wednesday, you're just giving some problems to review that adding skill. And so we're pulling back some of that support that the book gives with us and just doing a little bit more direct instruction of here's some problems, here's some manipulatives that we can still be using and are familiar with, and then we'll just add straight from there and practice that skill. So then we're just gonna preview our work time and close out this opening session. So all we're gonna do to preview work time is go through what the students are gonna do in each station. So one station is gonna be working with Miss Allison. We're gonna be going through the number sentences and solving these problems on the board. Another station is going to be working with Miss Rebecca, where we're going to be doing some file folders. And then I've got a group on L3 skills. They're doing some of the practice games that the lesson plan specifically tells me, look for these games. They're a great bridge to that. And then my last station is going to be doing some independent practice at their seat. So everyone knows what they're expected to do once they get to that station. Ready, set, go do work time. So we've reviewed all of the parts of our opening.
Yeah, and it went really smoothly for us.
Right.
We didn't have any students in here, but yes, that's a great way to get your students ready for their independent work or their small group time as well. And activate some prior knowledge, all of that good stuff, and get them excited to do their unique learning.
So we hope you've enjoyed our lesson.
Make sure you like and subscribe down below. That's what they always say, down below. So
Down below.
I'm just assuming that
We're gonna have something scrolling right here.
I'll insert something there. And we'll see you next time.
Bye guys.
Bye.